it's me, Trader Max here, and you're here on the Shogun Gun Show on Saturday, the 8th of March. Man, March is just flying by already, and we are joined by some awesome people. Speaking of awesome people, Crypto Quentin here with me, co-hosting. How you doing, brother?
Good afternoon. Is a wonderful day.
Did I say good
Wonderful
morning?
morning so far.
Feels like it's
I
morning
mean,
for me.
time zones, it's morning in tons of places, so I don't think that's too off. No one
That's not
knows.
too
No
bad.
one knows.
Of course, my chair is going to bust right now. Watch me fall down. It just go boom. Just before we even get started, Zook, there seems to be an issue with the stream happening on your side. That's okay.
I think we're good. I think we're
Okay,
good.
good.
I just checked it out. Yep.
You got it? Okay, good.
Yep.
Good. All right. So welcome aboard. We have some great coins happening today, and I cannot wait to introduce them all. We'll be talking about our panelist, Matt from Avatar. How you doing, buddy?
Dude, doing awesome, man. Thanks again for having me. Excited to be part of the show again. And man, I'll do as many of these as I'm invited to. So the vibe flow is good. The conversation's even better. So yeah, looking forward to today. It should be a great show.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun when we do these things. I don't know what's happening down by my feet on my desk. My whole desk is falling apart now, apparently. But I appreciate you being here. I always look forward more to talking about your community and your coin and the network. And I look for some great conversation from you today, especially with the DCA side. We got Congress and I Build with Stone. I know he's building stone and ripping stuff out today, but how you doing today, bud?
Man, I'm doing great, brother. It's always good to be on the show. Love the energy in here. Love all the panelists. Love all the shillers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just full of love today.
You got lots of love going around, except for that box that you just pulled out of that house. I think that's the only thing you don't got love for.
Yeah, I think that was the opposite of love. That might have been hate over there. Yeah.
Had a little bit of scariness. Right. We also have another great coin here. For the first time, we got Game of Memes here on the show. How you doing today?
Be here. Yeah, can't wait to talk about Game of Memes.
Yeah. We look forward to it. We see that you got a nice big following, a lot of good stuff happening. We also have Tooker we have Crypto Junkie from Tooker. How you doing, my man? That's okay. It happens sometimes. I don't know what's happening to your mic, and I don't know what's happening to my chair, but it's going to be one of those shows. We also have now. Is it DGI or is it Internet Dollar? What do I call you?
Well, I'm Internet Dollar. Real name
Okay.
is Amit, representing DJI community. DJI stands for Doge Jones Industrial.
Oh, nice to have you. I'm
Happy
glad
to be here. Happy to show. Happy to talk. Happy to learn.
Good. There's a lot of good stuff. And then we also, finally but not least, we have Booga from the Boogeyman. How you doing, man?
Gentlemen, good morning. It's early morning here on the west coast of Alaska, but Booga AM coast to coast is ready to go. Appreciate the invite.
Oh, no worries. We really do appreciate it. Now, in today's show, if you haven't been in our show here just yet, remember that this is all about the Shill, the Chill, and the Alpha. So if you're here and this is your first time and you're watching in one of our streams or one of the panelist streams, make sure that you're sharing and you're retweeting and getting it out there as many places as possible. Because let me tell you, the more people that are watching the show, it might be a little light show today. We got some good panels, but most of everyone on ours. So we should have some good numbers. But make sure your community's inside that show because there's Ghost AF inside the network. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Make sure that you're out there sharing, and because that's just going to get as many viewers to us as possible. Also, make sure that you're commenting inside the actual stream. We can see it here on the show. If you hear a shiller up here that you're really identifying with, give him some thumbs up, give him some balloons, do whatever, give him some emojis, hashtag, whatever you want to do. It's up to you, and we're going to put it out there right onto the process there. So the more you can share that out, the better. Every once in a while, I'll show you what the numbers are. Right now, we just popped in and we're sitting already at 50. So the show is going to start to be electrified here soon. And it helps with the virility. All right. The shillers are going to come out. They're going to talk for 3 or 4 minutes and come out with, good positive energy. You should hear some great stuff from each one of them. We'll switch back and forth between shillers and panelists. Well, then as soon as that's finished, it'll take about an hour. We're going to come out and talk about dollar cost average, or don't cry, automate. This is something that's near and dear to my heart because I'm a trader and there's a lot of great stuff in there that we're going to be talking about today. So stick around for that portion. Even after all the Shillers are done, we're going to be talking about some great concepts and ideas in that network. And then finally, we want you to stick around all the way to the end. Yes, muhaha, it is very manipulative for the alpha, for our panelists, for ourselves, and for some of the Shillers that stick around. We can possibly even give some of that alpha out as well. This will give you, as the visitor or the viewer, some opportunity to maybe front run some good things that are coming up. Like if you identify with any of these coins that are talking today, make sure you do your own research, of course, and get over there and front run. Now, as most people say, this doesn't count as financial advice, but secretly it might. So if it doesn't work, it's not financial advice. And if it does, it's all my idea. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. All right. So let's get started with our very first. Mr. Quincy, you got anything you want to chuck in before we go?
No, sir. I was ready for a fantastic gun show. Got some great looking participants here.
Absolutely. That's why I'm always on camera, baby. All right. So first, straight up out of the box, we got Crypto Junkie and Tucker. How you doing? Where'd you go? There it is. You still there, buddy? Crypto Junkie?
There you go. Looks
there
like
you
he's
go.
coming. It looks like he's coming in.
Is he coming in? Is he there? Okay. Let's pop him down and make sure that's kind of get some stuff up there. Next up, we're going to get Avatar. We're going to get Mr. Matt up here. We're going to kind of jump in. We're going to get you in a little bit first. Sorry about that, buddy.
Oh, hey, all good, brother. Yeah, so after, what it stands for is advocating for the Amazon rainforest. So it was created in the spirit of noticing the evolution of the meme coin community, where a lot of investors are not just looking to chase charts anymore. They're looking to be a part of a community that's trying to make a difference in the physical world outside the digital world. And I was inspired by a guy named Paul Rosalie, who was on Joe Rogan. And he even told a story about a jaguar, which, that ultimately became our mascot as far as a jaguar story. But we've been now grinding. We're going to have our 2-week birthday coming up here on, today is 2 weeks, honestly, since we launched on Moonshot. So it took us about 48 hours to bond. So I kind of look at that as more or less a pre-sale, right? So the official 2-week birthday, in my opinion, would be Monday, because that's when we were officially bonded. But yeah, we got a lot of strong things going within the community, and ultimately we're just looking to scale, get our number of back holders up. Our top 10 holder percentage is now below 30%, which is fantastic. And I'll save some more stuff for the alpha at the end. But we're excited, and a lot of great things have been coming our way with the community, doing raids and things like that, and just getting the word out. So we're poised for some growth.
Yeah, absolutely. And we met prior to the show through Jesse over at Congress, and we met and we were talking about some great ideas. You're a great conceptual programmer as well, somebody who really sees outside the box, which is like with me, that's like one of my favorite things about having all these developments where we get the chance to talk and meet with so many people. And the fact that you have this coin, I didn't even know what your coin was when we first met. And then when you came to the show and I seen what this was, I started to really look at it more and fall in love with this concept of giving back. And, especially with the whole Joe Rogan mentality in there as well, with that interview was absolutely awesome. And I love the stories of that process. And I really look forward to some great things happening with you, especially with your imagery and your branding and everything else. The chart looks phenomenal for being a strong working chart, great levels to be a part of, and I know what's coming for you. So I can't wait to hear what's in the alpha. And if you're watching this, make sure you get over there and get yourself a bag for Avatar as well.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's been great, and I'm starting to even notice like Paul Rosalie is starting to post a little bit more on X than he used to. So I'm starting to share that a little bit more. So that'll help get the word out. And then, we even have something with that Jungle Keepers where we're customizing the donation. So anybody that's not even into crypto, people can share it on Facebook, share Jungle Keepers on Facebook and just say, hey, make a donation. But the community that I'm a part of, we're customizing our donations by, putting $9.26 or whatever. But that way Jungle Keepers is aware that it's actually the crypto community that's coming to the rescue to try to help. And I think the more that we get that word out, the more it increases the odds of us kind of going viral and mainstream as well.
It is tough in this world, especially with normies, to even start the conversation because everybody has their misinformed mentalities behind it. You say you're in crypto, that's Bitcoin, right? And it's like, oh boy, you realize the ignorance of some when they just the first level of when you say you're in crypto, because everybody wants to tell you their fake story of Bitcoin or what have you, and and all the scary bits and pieces of it. But I appreciate the good fight that you're putting together.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and it's funny because in this where I'll date myself a little bit, but way back when, there's a company called Amway, right? And in college, I was like, man, what is this? And basically Amazon is now what Amway was, right? But even back then, a lot of my buddies, when they learned of it, they're like, oh, Amway, scamway, and they're very skeptical. And I think there's still a lot of that skepticism in the, as it relates to crypto in general. So that's why I love doing shows like these, because it shows that there's camaraderie amongst developers out there. There's people looking to support one another out there. And there is some very good that can come out of this community, as we're going to hear from all these other projects coming on. I think it's a really good thing.
Yeah, 90% of the success for this show doesn't even just come from the people that are watching, like all 200 and something of you right now. It is more of the value of what we as the devs and the programmers make and work with each other. Like there's been some great camaraderie that's been happening between Congress and you and Tired Dads and like all these great coins. Ghost from the Lotto family, which I know is watching. Thank you so much. But there's just a tremendous amount of opportunity for us to work with. Toss the Turtle, they're here in the house. We're working with them as well. So there's just a great opportunity. That's what the show is really about, is about building relationship with all of you. I don't care if there's only 10 people up here watching the show. I'm more out for listening to all the coins. For me personally, I'm getting a lot from it. So thanks for being here today, Matt. I really do appreciate your time and being on the panelist.
Yeah, excited to be here, man.
All right. Did we happen to get Crypto Junkie back up?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, brother.
Oh my goodness, such techno probs. Thank you once again for having us back on in the right time zone. And it's an absolute pleasure to speak to you all. I'm loving all the accents from across the pond. It's fantastic. We're Tucker Carlson. For those of you that don't know, we are a parody satire of the infamous Tucker Carlson. And we've been around almost a year. We took over as a CTO back in end of December 2024. And since then, we've just been trying to build it back up on new socials with new animations. But the pulse is strong in the team. And, we've got a really cool little collective in the Tucker team who have had to go out and, learn everything from scratch with regards to animation. The passion is just unbelievable because, it's just such a great concept. And, we are coming up to our first anniversary on March 10, which is 2 days away.
2 days,
so
yeah.
We're going to have a little blockbuster for that, hopefully. And, check us out. We're on Sol Tucker, which is our CTO X channel that we're building up at the moment. Our feature length videos are hitting already between 10 and 20,000 views, which is very productive. We've started knocking out some more shorts, but in this politify landscape, there's no shortage of material for Tucker, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, we're very excited about the future. We're really happy that we managed to keep this project going, and we're just waiting for the tides to turn. And you know, we know that it's all about community, and you know, the members that we have are strong. We're here for the long run, and yeah, we're just taking it day by day, enjoying. So yeah, thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to hearing all the projects here. It's an education for me.
Yeah, this is amazing. I'm I'm going down the line here, and I'm watching some of the fields, and I get a very very early feel. South Park meets, you know, just a little bit of everything, which is awesome. I
Yeah,
love the
you know,
simplistic value to it. It's awesome.
Tucker's got integrity, you know, and we don't want to take away from the original dev's brand. You know, we tried to carry the torch and, you know, do him justice. You know, he's the real guy. Tucker Carlson is an awesome dude, and we're just trying to put our caricature spin on that. And you know, he's just an amazing personality. And you know, he, like his most recent video 2 days ago with Sam Bankman-Fried was fantastic to watch. You know, so yeah, some great insights into the whole crypto world. That's why we feel Tucker is it's got longevity, it's got legs. There's just so much we can talk about, and as we learn and develop and build ourselves, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting, and what a great bunch of guys. You know, if you're listening, you're really amazing in the Tucker team, in the TG, and yeah, I appreciate every one of them.
Yeah, the community seems really strong, and again, whether or not you're political, left, right, center, doesn't really matter. What matters is like the parody of it is that for the haters, they're going to go in and how can they hate the parody, right? It's like a little bit of making fun. So they're going to be your best. Like Howard Stern used to say, you know, there's always, you know, even my haters are fans, right? Exactly. And I think, you know, this what it really makes it happen, you know, with the little twist on it that it's not exactly in trying to run home a narrative, but it is.
It's entertainment with you know, raw truth behind it as well. And you know, we try to look at the world through the Tucker persona, which is, you know, it's a lovely place to be. Yeah. And you know, crypto is never boring for sure. So we got plenty of material.
It becomes boring that we're all out anyway. We're too squirrel anyway. But exactly. I do like that your value to the coin is the utility of humor and content, and the real structure of content is keeping consistency, and you've done that, and I like that. I'm going to actually go over and have a look and be more involved and watch this. You know, I've met the man. He was a pretty cool dude, but he's one part twisted though as well, man. Like that laugh. Oh, yeah. You just can't. Once you hear that laugh, you just can't unhear that laugh.
That iconic laugh is trademark for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you being here today. This is it's a great start. These shills are meant to be short and sweet and to the point, and you've done just that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you back here. Definitely make sure that you reach out to your rep to come back as a panelist as well. I'd love to hear your viewpoints. We are probably going to see, like we have collective shows that we do that aren't Shogun Gun shows. So if you're watching right now, make sure that you're checking into the Shogun Gun show and see what other collective shows we do. We have a cat collective. We have an AI collective that's coming soon. We have a political collective that's coming. So, you know, keep your ear and watch our stuff that we're going to be putting out there for people, because we are going to be having these shows that are very, you know, dog collective, the whole thing. So I want you to be a part of that too. I think that looks pretty cool to have that.
I would love that so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I look forward to it. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right. That's how easy. We just had 2 fire off almost on. This is going to be a very quick show, I think, today. But sitting right now, we got about 301 people. Now, listen, when I first started doing spaces, we rarely would get 85 people. And that's with a whole team going out and hustling people to get there, because Twitter is very difficult to gain momentum on unless you got a bunch of fake bots and stuff. So right now we just broke 300. I'm loving life there with that, because it's our stream and one other person's stream that's running through right now. And that's okay. And I can't seem to get my screen capture thing. Is just not working at the moment. We're going to have to steal it all from the live streams. I do apologize. So, but you just have to take my word for it. We are at 308 right now. So I appreciate everybody being here. We're still in the Shogun Gun Show here on March 8th. We just had our second Shiller come up. And next, we're going to bring up who do we have next, Mr. Quinton? Oh, Game
Up
of
next,
Memes,
we're
right?
gonna have yes, sir, exactly.
Okay. Get him up to the prime position, please.
Hey guys, hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Max. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited about this show for you. I wanted to really see Tooker, but I'm also very excited about this one as well. I see some greatness here. So fill us in. What's going on and what's Game of
Yeah,
Memes?
thank you for the opportunity to talk about Game of Memes. Like I'm really excited. Game of Memes is a Solana project with an ever-developing, free-to-play zombie survival game in which you play as popular meme characters such as Pepe, Whiff, Popcat, Mog, Mishy, Turbo, Slurf, Shark, even Wall Street Bets, and Boxer, aka and Ansem, Multi, and more to come. You pick your meme, grab a gun, slay zombies, level up, loot coins, upgrade, and survive if you can. Available on Android and iOS. So you can basically download it on your phone. Actually, it was a browser-based game, and then it evolved into a mobile game, and we basically turned off the browser version. We have 10K organic followers, including the official Solana account and its co-founder, Tolly, who posted about GOM, calling it Vampire Survivors on X.
Mhm.
The dev is continuously working on new updates that introduce new features, mechanics, and content. We recently dropped a huge update, actually, full of content, including 2 new playable characters, Mishy and Turbo, who loved it and posted about it on X. We have some key partnerships with Bunkbot, for example. They are supporting our token burns funded by trading fees, as well as Hello Moon, who assist us with Web3 integration when we're ready to take that step. We also partnered with Solana Mobile, so we'll get GOM listed on the dApp Store as well as App Store and
cool.
Play Store. Yeah. We already burned 350 million, like 35% of the supply. If you scroll down a bit, you'll see that information as well on the website. And we have more burns scheduled. So both the team, the dev, actually burns, and the community burns with the trades, thanks to Bunkbot, which is great, right? So GOM is actually an old one, is actually 1 year old now. We started on March, the dev started, and then we popped in. I got into the project in the third month, I guess, 2.5 and third month. It has a solid community, and the whole project just revolves around an addictive game. And I actually want to invite you guys to download it and give it a try. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. When it was first released, it was not in a very good state compared to right now. But Tolly, Anatoly, the co-founder of Solana, actually loved it and posted about it. And from down on, like, we just continuously develop the game and bring in more content. So yeah, feel free to check out.
I like it. It's got a nice, cool little feel to it, like in the zombie thing. my younger son Matthew will definitely love the zombie thing. That is amazing. Great work.
Thanks, Max.
I appreciate you being here today. Now, listen, as far as a trader, I'm looking at the chart as well, because I'm looking at the chart as a value of movement, but liquidity value of sitting what 47% of your market cap, which is amazing, makes it very stable and appealing for me, especially if I can find a working channel. Once it gets into that working channel, that I feel that I can start depending on quick movements and not over deviation and over trading. It looks awesome. You got 4,100 holders, so there's a good strength there. So I see this as a good, I'd say A+, A investment value. So if you're watching the stream, you know where I sit at with trading, and I look for coins that have value of build and where you can go from here. It's not just an investment; it is a long-term generational wealth, and I think that this is one of them. I like anything that has a game value to it as well. So I look forward to seeing what's coming next for you guys.
Thank you. We never actually focus on the price itself, although we our price performed so well back in the days. We were always putting the game up front. Like, you also maybe you notice we don't have the ticker on our X account as well. For those who want to invest in there, feel free to actually know about our token. But what actually means for us is the game and the continuous development, and that is what actually appeals to those who invest in the projects they actually believe in.
Right. Well, that's important to have, because when you have a dev or a program network that is more focused, it's okay to know that it's a coin and it's firing off and it's doing its thing, but it's okay to be in the value of putting your heads down and working on your game. You love the game, you love the mechanics of it. I love the university of it, and this is always good. And a lot of people have games that just sort of sit there on TG or what have you, but you took some great effort to get it on Android, and especially with iOS. So I know your trials and tribulations. I like the game dev myself, but I see some greatness coming from this. You get the highs and lows of a trading chart all the time anyway, but you always know a good coin by the working channel, and I see that now. So I appreciate that for you today.
Thank you, man.
All right. Again, thank you so much to Game of Memes. I look forward to some great stuff with the gaming stuff. I'll be reaching out and coming into the community and checking it out over the next couple of hours after the show. We do have a lot of good stuff to still keep going on. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show. We have about 422 people watching the show right now. About 390 of them are coming from Shogun Cryptos. We got some coming from everybody else. Jesse with I Build a Stone has 11. We have some others that are in there. Don't worry. It's just one person can change your world. Now, make sure that you are if you're inside the stream right now and you're watching, put out some hashtags, put out some, hey, how you doing? Let us know where you're from. If you're from another community, there's Tim. Thank you very much, Tim. There's a lot of people in that network. Put some hashtags, put the ticker of your favorite coin that you've seen so far up here, and start getting out there. There's Dante from Just a Lotto. I'm going to try to make it back here tonight for the Lotto stuff as well. We got some balls in the game, as they say tonight, so which I'm hoping. Mine is 69. Go figure. So it's cheeky. I can't wait. All right. So, Mr. Quinton, who do we got coming up next?
Fantastic. Up next, we're going to have our panelists up here. Congress, I Build with Stone. Let's get up here. How you doing, man?
What's good, everybody? Glad you guys have me. I'm glad you guys could stand my personality, my overwhelming Italian personality. But no,
you just pay us all this money to be here. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, man. You get sometimes.
Do you pay us money to be here?
No.
I think I should be paying you more than anything.
Listen, man. I think that Movie Phone should hire me in a world. just
There'd be a battle between you and
I. We could do it. We could do a duo, not a duet, but a duo, right?
Because we don't want to do it. We just want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. From a distance, baby, from a distance. But yeah, I've had a lot of pleasure being able to be the dev for Congress, and what Congress stands for, it's for the people, right? It's for other communities, for other devs, for holders, all alike, because crypto is, a very wholesome thing. And a lot of people forget it, and they're always like, money, right? But at the end of the day, we're able to put value on community. We're able to put value on each other's ideas and see the people that are going to be transparent enough to continue to build that and bring that every single day. So that's one of the key factors of Congress, and I think why we've done so well. Holding a floor just around 200, from inception. We have a lot of things that we're working on. I'll get into that more towards the alpha portion. As everybody knows, we have a game coming out, and we have 9 days, baby, 9 days. I'm really excited about that. So what we're doing for our community is we're making sure that we lock up our supply for all the top holders. One of the reasons is because we want to be able to create conviction amongst all of our holders and people that are going to be seeing us, once everything is actually, launched as far as like our game and everything else is concerned. And how we've been doing that is just making daily announcements, VCs, spaces, and showing the proof with StreamFlow. Right now we use StreamFlow. I know that a lot of other people use StreamFlow or other things, but we found that to be a nice transparent portion that we can give to the people. So right now we're locked up at 10%, and that's just top holders, right? Those are just top holders that want to show their conviction to the rest of the community, saying, hey, we're here for the long term. With me, I am a doxed dev. So, you can call me Jesse. If you see me in Telegram, you'll know that my name's Titty Boy. We'll talk about that later, or catch one of the previous shows. And, I did a little story about how that name was created for me. Or just I Build with Stone's fine too. I usually am on my personal account, and I Build with Stone, and one of our other devs runs our Congress coin. So that's CNGRSSCOIN if you guys want to follow us on X. And the benefit to following us and getting in communication with us as you guys as devs, as you guys as holders, is that we're a community of communities, right? So that game that I just saw for, a GOME, that's fucking awesome. I love it. I definitely want to collab with you. I want to talk. Maybe I can convince you guys to put one of our characters in your game. Who knows? Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but that's what it's all about, right? It's about collabing and making everything great. I always like to use the GameStop analogy. Why did GameStop win? Well, we won because of the people, right? And that's what kind of gave us the idea of Congress. And that's essentially what Congress does, is it gives you your yays and nays of the laws that happen in the United States. So that's a brief synopsis of the mindset that everybody at Congress has. So if you guys have heard us before or haven't heard us before, come join in, say what's up. We'd love to help you. And, with us being with Shogun, I have definitely introduced a lot of individuals, to Max and to Shogun. And that's what we're here for, right? We're here to help everybody out. I'm not a greedy guy, right? I got a 6-figure business that I don't even need to get into crypto, but I like the people in the community, and that's why we're here.
I think you nailed it right on the head. The availability to meet with other communities that are like-minded, that are builders, that are strong, that are ethical, that are honorable is very difficult to find. Now, I know, Jess, you're on our panel for our group of builders and investors, because we believe that conceptual investing as well is a key factor in building anything good and good-hearted. We have something that in about 2 weeks we can start really announcing. But we are building a NFT marketplace solution system that's out there. What it is and what it's doing, I can't divulge yet. But since we're building that, since we've now already started to put the foundation down and started doing it, I can start talking about it subjectively. But you're helping us with that mentality of, because you build with Stone, you're a builder, but you're also, you're a trusted. Yeah, it's gunny, right? But I think you provide for us a level of exposure to other people because you are like-minded to like us, and you're an advocate, right? And that goes out there into the world, and you draw more advocates in. We start finding more because you can't do it alone, right? There's nobody here who can do it alone. You got to have other people. And if you are doing it alone, stop it. That's bad. Go out and get some more people on board. Come to us if you're watching right now. Now, as a process dude, I can't thank you enough for being here and working with us, especially being, you brought us Avatar and Mark and other people and other things that are out there. But we've also introduced you to a lot of people like Ghost and others that it's just because it's that quid quo pro mentality, which we really love here.
Yeah, it's a mutual love, man. And I can't even begin to say that I forgot about Ghost. Ghost and the Lotto crew are fucking amazing. And if you guys haven't already checked them out, definitely go and follow Just a Lotto on X, because they do. I don't want to say weekly giveaways, but they do. I think it actually might be weekly giveaways with the balls. But don't take my word for it. Go on their X and check it out. Reach out to Ghost. It's about collaboration. You know what I mean? The same thing with Matt and Avatar. Me and him spoke for I don't know how long. I think it was hours the one day. Just putting our brains together. So yeah, man, I love being here. I appreciate the time that you guys give and the voice that you guys allow everybody to have.
Because I know some of the stuff that's coming out for you with the game and the network and all that stuff, the concept of what we're building and what you have is also part about that, because I'll talk to you off air about some of the stuff and the ideas of the NFT network on what you can actually do with a lot of the stuff for Congress too. It's the conceptual side for what my son and I have been laying down, and what you have and what Ghost has is just incredible what this is about to release on. So I'm glad you're a part of it. I'm glad you're here. And I'm very excited what's about to come for the future.
Thank you so much, brother.
You got it, my man. All right, sitting at 534 people today. We're a little light on the show today, but that's okay, because even just one person can change your life. One person reaching out, it doesn't really matter. We're still 10 times higher than we've ever been over on the Spaces Network over there on Twitter. Now we're over there with some visuals, a lot of great stuff in there with all these beautiful faces up here today and great memes. We're in the project of building out our network. So thank you so much for being here on the Gun Show today on March 8th, 2025. Let's get started into the next portion of here. The next Shiller up, Mr. Quinton.
We're going to have the internet dollar with DGI.
He's been so patient. You are still muted.
Hello.
There you go.
It's not difficult waiting my turn. You had some great projects, great people up. I'm always happy to learn about new things happening in the crypto space. I've been in the game for almost 13 years now, and every day I tell my wife every day is like Christmas in crypto, because you just don't know what you're going to get. And it's the news cycle is changing all the time.
Of course.
So I'm here. I'm representing a project that I really believe in. It's called, the ticker is DJI. The project is called Doge Jones Industrial. We are a meme, and our mission is to flip the Dow. So many of you heard of SPX 6900. Basically, they want to flip the S&P 500. We want to flip the Dow. So we're a fast follower to them. Must Stop Murad owns 1%. We gifted him 1% early on. So it shows up in his Arkham holdings. We had an all-time high of 16 million. We're back down around, 800K, 700K right now, close to 2,000 holders. We don't really look at price because we're on a mission. Our mission is to flip the Dow. We're having fun doing it. So a bunch of the whales, we show up every day. We have fun in the Telegram. We put out really good content. And, there's a serious side to us too. If you go to our website, you can actually see some utility if you click on index. So basically, we've created a one-click buy where you can purchase all the top memes on Solana with just one click, and you can create baskets. And we are going to roll out an ability to buy DJI with fiat very soon. We have partnered with wasabi.xyz, where people can do 2x, up to 2x leverage on DJI. We have 30% of our DJI staked on Wasabi also, so we can earn some APR. Look, we're 5 months old. We're still a baby. We've had the 70%, 90% retracements. Yeah, nobody's going to sit around and say, oh, yeah, it's great, you're 90% down. But you know what? For the people who know crypto and for the people who are holding the big bags, every day when we check in with each other and we say that good morning, we know we're going to make it. And it's really, I've been in the game for a long time. It's willpower, perseverance, and just keep following the message and improving your product, being proud of what you hold and shilling it, right? Because at the end of the day, what's a meme? A meme is nothing else but community and belief. And I think that's where we have the leg up, because we believe in ourselves and we believe in our mission, which is to flip the Dow. So, there's 500 people on this broadcast right now. If, 2 or 3 of you even just bought a bag of some DJI, it's going to be some generational wealth. And this broadcast will be forever, ever in your gratitude for doing that.
Well, listen, you already got 2, because I'll be buying into this process because I want to go check out the 1%. So there's one. There's a start. I'll fill the fishbowl, right? The concept here, though, let's be real for a second. We say this a few times, but we don't really look at the market of price, but I kind of do. I look at this as fundamental analysis. And when I look at a coin that has, and you hear me say this all the time in our network, right? I look for the working channel. This is the people that are in there, and over a period of time, it's beginning of March. In this time, if I were to really look at it, I'm a price action trader, right? So what I do is I look at the value of high, low, not even just high, low, right? Because everything could be demonstrated to be high or low in matter of your perspective, right? I don't care about what was up here, the deviation. I'm looking at current value over the last couple of weeks, and when I do, I come in to see your coin, and I see three values. You see the high, and we see the middle or the mean, right? And we see the low. I know where it can go, right? Because when I have this process and I see it consistent and it's adhering to those, it becomes dependable. So if I'm going to be a trader, this will be good for a trader. If I'm a person who's coming in and just put a moon bag because I know there's good stuff releasing, then I'm going to be buying down at this lower side as it touches it and continue to go on, right? I'm hoping for that process. If it doesn't, if it deviates, goes down too far past this mark, I'll divest, right? As a good trader, you want that kind of movement. You want volume to your network. I will also create a DCA pattern to come in. We'll be talking about DCAs today in our network, in our chill portion. $2 cost average over a period of time because I know you're going. But once I see the community and I do my fundamental analysis, technical is easy. So you got the technical part, passes that, you go over and you look at the Telegram, you immediately see there's 148 people in there working and doing their thing. So there is a lot of value to here, and I want to see the meme coin world, but the utility side, what you just sold me on, of that, sorry, where did it go? There it is, right? This is unique. To buy a basket of all the top memes, hell yeah, sign me up. Let's go. Let's look at that utility. Let's make something happen. I'm glad you're here today. I definitely want to see you come back as a panelist, of course, and share your wealth of knowledge that you've gotten. 13 years in an industry is nothing to shake a stick at. I back in 2007 and 2008, when all this stuff was really coming out and starting making happen, there was talk, and then we got into the Bitcoin world, and my brother and I were mining Bitcoin. We mined 4,400 of it. And so you want to talk about fade stories? We could share some stories out the door, man. I can tell you right now. But
I could share some scary stories too.
Yeah,
like,
right. I'm pretty sure.
I once had a huge bag of Ethereum and faded it. But I'll say this, with all my experience, the one thing I always do when I address a large group is, guys, do not ever overlook the safety and security of your crypto. Always, please make sure that you write down your seed phrase, export your private key, have it on a piece of paper off of your computer. Take the time to learn to restore your MetaMask, your Phantom wallet. Take the time to restore it on a new browser, new computer, as if you had just lost your device. Because I guarantee you, 8 out of 10 people in crypto have not gone through that exercise, and then they are, up a river without a paddle when something bad happens. So please export your private key, take your 12 words, write them on a piece of paper. Okay. If there's anything you do that today.
That is really great advice, $100. Thank you so much for that. We sometimes forget that we get stuck in this, happen now. And then the bad happens. Never thought about doing it as a drill, but now that I have, I'm going to get my son to do it, me to do it. We'll probably put an expose about that out there. Thank you so much. We'll put that in our content division as well. The other thing to always be careful of out there in the world is stop clicking on shit. Just stop thinking you're going to get an airdrop and it's going to make you $1 million. If somebody's telling you that, fucking throw that shit away. Go burn it. Go find a place to burn. If somebody's setting stuff to your wallet that you don't know, burn that shit. Sorry. I don't care if it's the next meme coin or whatever.
There's a scam going around now that maybe, look, on LinkedIn, there's some people, they see that you're in the crypto industry, and then they'll send you, they want to do like a video interview, just like Trader Max, you reached out to us. They're like, we want to get you on a very popular podcast. And they make you do a full questionnaire. Then at the end, they ask you to run a terminal command to activate your camera. And it's like, if you kind of don't know what you're doing, you might fall for it. They got you sucked in for 20 minutes. You're going to get on a big podcast. And at the end, it's like, run this terminal command to activate the camera because we have a special camera. Oh my God. If you ask ChatGPT what that command does, it basically takes your computer over. be very careful out
Very
there.
smart. Thank you very much for the awareness. We will not be sending any terminal commands now. We won't send you DMs or terminal commands. My name's going to get really long when in Telegram. We will not ask for money. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Internet Dollar, for being here today and sharing the
Thank you
Doge
for
Jones
having us.
industrial complex thing happening here, which I really do love. I feel like there's a lot of great potential here, and it's a good system. You know, I try not to come. I don't fluff everybody. I don't come out and just say I love every single coin. And you don't got nothing good to say, I won't say anything, right? But I see some great utility in that the buying in the basket mentality. We have something called the vest chest, to where we put a bunch of coins in of people that we vested with into certain giveaways that we have. So there's that's a fun part of it. I always like utilities like that. Well, thank you so much for being here. All right, so another one just comes in, and we just build relationship. That's all this is, building relationships with a lot of people. 648 of you are watching the stream right now. You're watching over on your favorite stream right now. If you're watching in ours, please put in a thumbs up. Tell us what you're doing today. Tell us what's on your agenda for this Saturday. Let us know how things are going in your world. I did see one person earlier, and normally I don't do this, but because we're kind of light today, just a little bit, we're really banging things out here. I got to see if I can find it. It was somebody that I don't know. I got to see where it is. Mr. Quinton, in the comments, there was somebody from would not.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that one?
Yes, they were talking inside of the chat, saying they were giving us some love inside of there, and then asking how they get on. I DM'd them through the Shogun account, and then also directed them to get into our Telegram account, and then we can help them out there.
Find their system there, or find their that comment there.
Yes, sir. Which one? So
it doesn't matter. Just find anyone. There we go. Wooden. So I'm gonna, and again, doing your own research. Now we've never done this before. I'm gonna just put this in here. See about that. And then we're going to come up here. We're going to give them a little up. It takes balls to go into somebody's stream in the side and go, hey, check this out. So we're going to check it out. Now, before I do this is do your own research, right? Financial advice. I don't care what you want to fucking think it is, but it is what it is. And you're going to see what it is. And I'm not going to give heavy critiques or nastiness, right? So we're just going to put this in. Big movement in the very beginning. How old? 8 days, 21 hours, right? Not too bad. Sitting at 15,000. They feel some pain, right? Let's go over and have a look. Now, this is all I do when I just go back in and look. I try to find the channel. Where's the channel? Well, it's got a really low floor blaze of 13,000, right? But that's okay. This is not just about how well a coin does, right? We grab that. We go to this. We grab the little medium higher off of deviation, maybe even right about here, right? We find the mean, right? We put another box in. We try to find the mean, which is the middle. You know, what makes relationship good? Mean, top, low, right? Support, resistance. There we go. Check the website. Seems like it has, it lives. We all know that guy. He's like the mass murder. No, again. Simple, sweet, to the point. Go over and we check out Telegram. 34 people over there. As this looks at, it seems like it's a starting relationship and just starting out. Whomever it is, got liquidity locked at 12K. It's got market cap of 15K. It's okay, right? Just starting out. My biggest suggestions is try to recruit some more people in to help and get some shill in. If you want to come and talk to us, you can. There's a lot of opportunity there. But I just thought, you know what? If somebody's going to go into the chat and do that, I'm going to give them a little exposure. Not too much, but just enough, right? Good. All right. Thank you very much, Internet Dollar, for being here. Mr. Quinton, who is up next?
Yes, sir. So up next, we're going to have now someone who has gotten quite a bit of interaction inside the chat that I've noticed. Booga.
Booga.
Yo, hey guys, Booga Man here. Thank you for having us.
Hey, my pleasure, man. See, I'm really looking forward to this one as well because I'll tell you a story later. But it's let's go. Let me pull up your information here and get everybody on.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. And then up on the screen, probably the thing we got the most action on is our X. That's where we got most of our memes and our artwork.
You got it.
We got a website as well. And That's all official. We're paying the monthly fee on that and everything. So we're trying to be as legit and official as possible. I mean, we're going for the CoinGecko and the Coin Market Cap listings, and we're working that all out.
Okay.
And but what really is the backbone of Booga is the stoic, ancestral, sacred figure of these Moai statues. And what we got here is just one of the most OG, culturally recognized pieces of art. I think it's art. We got plugged by a legit high art account a couple of times. They're part of our community. They're called Classicals _Classicals Soul SOUL. And a long time ago on my personal account, because I've been making memes for a long time, projects will come on and I'll just go crazy, become obsessed with making memes for projects. Like I made a ton for Giat. I made a ton for Ultra Sigma Donald Trump. I got obsessed with that one for a while. Just a Butthole Coin. I love making memes for Butthole Coin. And then I just got possessed by freaking Booga. I mean, I was sitting there as a CTO member. Well, before I was a CTO member early on, I was just making meme after meme after meme, sending it to the team. And then eventually they were like, well, shit, man, you might as well just like become part of the team because you're working your ass off. I was like, all right, cool. And then now I'm running the freaking X account. So it's like, I just went from a pure fan to running the X, and I've been curating Instagrams and YouTubes for years. It's been kind of like, aside of my job, my full-time hobby. But yeah, it's just, you know, I grew up reading like Hunter S. Thompson, watching Quentin Tarantino movies, and I just love putting that kind of stuff into a meme. Like I try as much as I can to put these inspirations, which I feel are like cultural phenomenons, like their experiences. A Hunter S. Thompson book is a freaking experience. Like a Quentin Tarantino movie is an experience. And I'm trying to put that in Booga, because Booga is an ancestral, sacred experience, man. And when I talk about possession, I'm kind of joking, but man, I mean, I'm sitting there just like, oh, next edit. Got to get the neckline perfect because Booga's got to be perfect. It's just like some eccentric side of me that's completely yanked out of the freaking netherworld or wherever. And I can do nothing else except make edits, make content, you know, go out and raid, go shitpost all night, Shilling Booga. It's the funnest thing ever because it's the funnest thing to raid when you have the best content to throw them with. Like we got everything from Buddha meditating on a grass patch on his yacht during bad days to like, you know, cult Buddha just with the skull stacked up next to him and the glowing eyeballs next to the burnt sacrifice, which I can't believe Grok even let me make. But you know, the list goes on. We got Booga riding bicycles. We got Booga going cross-country skiing with the polar bears. The potential is freaking endless because you can punch in Moai statue into Grok, and then you can copy-paste that onto some real photo, like George Washington at the freaking Continental Congress. It's just limitless. And I feel like the OG culture of what a meme coin is supposed to be is not super serious, not like, you know, a bunch of fucking scammy rogue pulls like presidents trying to make fucking money. No, it's about like content. Like, can you make people laugh with that little shot of laughter, which is the point of a meme, to help you get through the freaking day, through this tough weeks, through the tough life, because it's not about like meme coins becoming the center of your life, even though it kind of is now for a lot of us. But like, it was about that shot of laughter that it gave you, that little relief throughout the day. And that's what I'm trying to bring it back to. Anyway, I guess that's what I got.
No, I love it. You said you did have a website as well, or is that still in progression?
Oh, no, we do have it. Yeah, it's on our link tree. If you go to our X, we got a link tree in the bio, and that will give you our Discord, our Telegram, our website, our decks, the whole shebang.
Community, there's a join. I don't see the.
Oh, the website is just the biggest picture.
Oh, this one. Okay, good.
Yeah, Mr. Stoneman reading.
I love it. So in 1998, I was still working with the Seabees, and we were flying over some process, you know, Chile and going to Easter Island. We were able to land, and because we were amphibious as well, and I got a chance to see the actual statues themselves. And man, it is so surreal. It is so surreal.
Oh,
just
yeah,
the calmness of the network and the land itself and the people and there's like a whole different cult of people that like to go there and sneak into the country in a way.
Right.
And most of them are military or governmental officials that seem to be able to get through. Chile has a very unusual network there, but Yeah, I resonate with this because I think, again, incepting into any project, if you got a good meme, it can be transferred and injected into anything. You can have a Moa statue or Buga statue that's a Shogun warrior now, right? So, especially with all the artistic value that we have here, I love what you're doing. I think this is a great opportunity for you to share the funness of something even just as stoic as the face and what the Moab statue is. It's amazing. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it goes kind of with the whole Giga with the Sigma style of content, or it's trying to motivate people also to embrace certain positive aspects of a healthy lifestyle, like staying healthy, taking care of yourself, and not getting too affected by emotions and the highs and the lows, especially that come within the crypto industry, but just like in life in general. The Clint Eastwood style, the good and the bad and the ugly type of just stoicism, which I feel like the MOA is perfect representation of that.
Oh, exactly. I mean, and again, without the super refraction and having facial expressions and all that kind of stuff, you can have subtle environment switches, like just the way the curl of the mouth is, or the brow raise, or a little furrow brow. Very, very powerful. I was showing it like it was on the screen, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You can see little subtle differences, and I think that's the real micro expression technology of network of art that starts to come. It doesn't have to be something so flamboyant and big raised eyebrows, but just something very stoic and allowing some of the other nuances to pour through, which is very important. Like him just reading the book, Dips for Dummies. I kind of like that. And so you can have it to where the focus is on the existential, not so much the forefront. And I like that about your artwork and what you're building here.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. And the juxtaposition you can do with it, because you can actually do some serious content with some depth.
Yeah.
But then on the other end of it, you can make some completely ridiculous thing like copy and paste a Booga on the head of George Washington.
Yeah, Booga with wooden teeth. Yeah, something like that.
I love putting the golden grills on Booga. I do that for a lot of them. I just put put gold teeth and it makes them smiling with a big gold grill. Right. I love that one.
That's awesome.
I don't know how much did I go over my time?
Yeah, I mean, you got a couple more. Yeah, you got something else to chuck in. It's okay. We're still
I just wanted to end it real quick with one of my favorite posts so far of Booga, because it's by one of my favorite dudes, this Hunter S. Thompson guy that I wrote in his style. I had help from AI, of course, but I love going into different personas and then talking as the Booga in that persona. So I just want to end it with reading one off, Hunter S. Thompson Booga tribute.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So this is from the perspective of the Duke himself, and then I'll be done. I was barreling down some godforsaken digital highway, my skull buzzing with cheap whiskey and the ghost of 1,000 shit coins that had crashed and burned in the great meme coin wars. But then, sweet Jesus, then there was Booga. A name like that hit like a shotgun blast to the chest, a primal howl echoing from the depths of a deranged peyote-soaked abyss. I lit a cigarette, the smoke curling into the neon glow of my laptop screen, and I dove into the madness. Booga wasn't just a meme coin, it was a goddamn revelation. The white paper, a hallucinatory screed that read like a manifesto penned by a lunatic on a 3-day acid bender. I scrolled X, where the Booga faithful preached the gospel. Booga is the way, the truth, and the light. One maniac posted a photo of his 98 Civic captioned, traded it for Booga, no regrets. Another uploaded a blurry PDF of his divorce papers. His wife had left him for selling the dog to buy more Booga. These weren't mere investors, they were warriors, a feral tribe of madmen forged in the crucible of chaos. Booga wasn't just their war cry, it was their heartbeat, a guttural chant rising from the throats raw with defiance, shaking the bones of the earth. They'd bought the ticket, bartered their soul at the shadowed ancestral crossroads, and now they rode, tearing through the storm, a savage horde of bound, rapturous men, bound for ruin or rapture.
Mic drop. I love it, man.
Actually, I messed up the last part, but that's all right, man. That was fun.
It sounded like a mic drop at the end, man. That was awesome. we need to get our voice actors in there and do it as well. That's fun.
Well, I
Thank
just
you
live
so
way
much.
out here in the boonies, so I'm half crazy anyway.
I think you're more than half crazy. I think you're full crazy. It's okay. It's good.
Possible.
I enjoy full crazy. Well, thanks, my man. Thanks, Boogie Man, for being here today. Loving the community outreach as well. So thank you so much. If you're in putting the community in and telling everybody, it's lovely. I love it. I love it when communities actually engage in the network. We got Lotto. We got a whole bunch of people. That brotherhood of Ooga Booga. I love it. And I can't wait to see what's more coming from you. Will come back as a panelist, right?
Oh man, I mean, if you want some guy like me hollering as a panelist, sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Listen, when we find coins that and communities that love what they do and they got a good following, you better believe we want you back, because your perspective is value to us just as much as everybody else's is that out there. The ones that just come in and chill and pill and then split, it is what it is. We may see you again. I'm not sure. But for you, I definitely want to see you back. I love your energy.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, we got some passionate folks. We got an organic raid crew that's on pretty much 24/7, and we're not huge because our market cap right now is just sitting around, I think, like 100-something thousand. But we got that's like quite a bit of money if you think about like just normal day-to-day terms. So we got quite an organic raid crew that's passionate about this thing. Our CTO team is actually worldwide, from Brazil to Switzerland. One of our guys just got done skiing in the Swiss Alps. He's running the Discord and the Twitter account and the Instagram because we're on all the socials too. But yeah, it's a worldwide crew.
Well, you've seen me do this a few times. And when people say it like in that fashion that we're only sitting at, I go back in and I'm trying to find the workable channel on a 4-hour chart. It's super easy. You can see it. It's almost like it's written in stone for you, right? It's almost like the Ooga Booga phase himself, and why is that so important for me? Because I am looking for the relevance between the channels, because if I'm going to invest, I'm not here just for a short time. I'm here for a pretty long time, and I'm looking for that condition.
I freaking full ported the thing like because I just I might as well put my money into a coin that I'm actually putting my energy into as a creator and a community member.
Well, that's the other thing too, is like when you have something that adheres to the mean, adheres to the resistance and support levels, which is good because it's a period of time. We're back in February over here. All this doesn't really matter to me. This life story of starting and up and down, this is the settlement that I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for this settled process that just kind of adheres. And as you're building out content and you're doing all that kind of stuff as well, that's what I'm looking for. So if you're looking for a coin and you want to see and you want to be a part of that community and get over there and make it, 4,100 holders, that is amazing. That's a great opportunity. Still 543 subscribers over on the Telegram channel. Fundamental analysis. I would then go in, I would make relationship. I would talk. If this is going to resonate with you, then you got to get in there and you got to do your work. Doing your own research is just not about the numbers. It is about the communication and the relationship you build with others. So fundamental analysis is that part. And I use the chart to back up what they say. If I go in there and they're like, yes, we have 1,000 people in there and working, and the chart's sitting down and it's just not doing anything, there's no involvement, there's no movement, then of course I'm not going to get involved. But I want to be involved with something like this because I like the fun of it. And because I have a little history with the Moab guys themselves. So I appreciate you being here today, Boogie.
Nice. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, my man. All right. I think that was the last Schiller. Are we on there, Mr. Quinton? Perfect. Now, today's show is going to be a little light. We're sitting at about 758 people that are watching the show right now, and that's okay. Remember, one person can change your life, can change the entire world. Almost 3,000. Okay, almost 3,000 in a TG. I like it. I like it. There is a concept of our show, which is the Shill, the Chill, and the Alpha. And in the Chill portion of today's show, we're talking about something a little bit more technical, but a little fun as well. And we'll kind of talk about that here in our next segment, which is called DCA, the dollar cost average, or don't cry, just automate, or don't cry, automate. In this mentality of DCA, the dollar cost average is something that most of you may know and most of you may not. Dollar cost averaging is actually the concept of spending a certain amount of money or buying a certain amount of coins into a project consistently to keep the same average of amount of coins that you buy and spending a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the actual price. And why do we do dollar cost averaging? Well, most people say because it averages over a period of time, blah, blah, blah. Ignore all that other rigmarole bullshit technical analysis of the charting and being able to get the best price possible and all this other shit. I'm going to tell you one thing it does automatically right out of the bat. Let me see. I can get a little bit of feedback from somebody's phone. So make sure you're muted if you aren't talking. There you go. Okay, so the first thing it does is that it removes something. It removes the emotion, because if you go into dollar cost averaging, it's not just about creating the best price. It's also about removing the one thing in there that's going to fuck you up every time, and that's you. That's right. You are going to fuck yourself up as many times because you're going to get in and be like, "Oh, look, the price is low. Let me buy just a little bit more than normal." No, don't do it. Find yourself a very systematic process. And now this is, normally I go in and I talk to each one of you about this process, but this is more of a learning system today. And if I'm going to have anybody come out at this point in a second and say what their experiences with dollar cost averaging, and then we're going to talk about the second point is like, don't cry, just automate, right? And how do we do that? There's a lot of tools out there, but we even have one now that can kind of help you with that process. It's a little bit faster than sometimes that I'd like to use for my own stuff. But if I have a certain amount that I want to buy, it's a dollar cost average to a dollar cost average mentality of being able to get in with the same amount of coins. And it does work. It does work to get your averages really strong, but also kind of removes that sense that, oh, price is down, do I go in, or do prices up, and so forth. So, which is our Anvil bot that we talk about all the time. All right. So at this point, I think amongst the panelists themselves, is there anything that you can contribute to the process of dollar cost average, or how do you automate, or do you do this, or do you have any questions about it?
Yeah, so I'd love to chime in here. So I look at this in two different ways, right? And I think you hit the nail on the head, which was removing emotion from the equation. And the emotion in most cases is fear and greed. Those are the two things that are driving kind of those buys and sells, right?
Yeah.
And, I think what a lot of people don't realize, specifically even, when trading meme coins and things like that, is that when, you almost want to DCA your way up and DCA your way out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to just click it. And sometimes, sometimes we get frustrated as devs and communities when we see someone just do this big click. But the reality is they kind of did the community a favor, because when they did that, they're eating the bottom part of the candle,
yeah.
right? So they're leaving money on the table, or they're leaving a lot of liquidity for the community left behind. So sometimes, as frustrating as that is, it in some ways they're doing you a favor, right? Because they're going to leave anyway. So if they're going to leave, let them leave a little bit of money left behind to allow the community to continue to grow. I think so when you're doing it, you want to kind of take those investments, and to your point, if it's something you believe in and a project you believe in, you just take that little investment here. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more here. And then you can also do this, let's even say just with altcoins in general, right? Like I kind of approached it a similar type of philosophy with that, where I budgeted, let's say, $100 a month back in like June. And I just identified a couple different altcoins, whether it was like an XRP or or even like a Doge or like an actual meme that's in the big boy streets now. But, it's just like, hey, I don't care what the price is. It doesn't matter to me. Next month I'm going to buy $100 of that altcoin. Right. So it had nothing to do with looking at the entry point or whatever. It was just like, hey, I'm going to enter with my $100 at this point, knowing that I think in the long term, in the bull run, that's going to work out just fine. So why split hairs, right?
Yeah.
Just get in, right? Set it and forget it, so to speak. So I kind of look at it in both those respects. One, from a budgeting maybe on altcoins, and then two, when you're doing that investment strategies with long-term projects. And by the way, a lot of great stuff has been shared by the team here today. And You know, like I might even save some of that for the alpha at the end, but you know, like my alpha just changed since we've been on the call. How's that
Oh
sound?
wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because of some of the great stuff I've heard from these devs on these projects. But yeah, so that's my 2 cents on the DCA.
I appreciate that very much so, Mark. Or Matt, there is a concept of DCAing that does remove that mentality, but also something that you said for the altcoins and multiples, right? So here is something that you can do. It's like you can go and you can spend a lot of money on DCA systems out there. There's some free stuff, there's some other things, but they all charge pretty exorbitant fees, and sometimes 1-2%. Sometimes you got to be very careful. You got to really look at them. We use our Anvil bot to DCA in and DCA out, but more sure in the short term than in the long term. But there are ways. Simply go to a spreadsheet in Google Drive if you can. If you're not used to look it up. Look up how to use it. If you're not using Google Drive, you're leaving a lot on the table. Make yourself a spreadsheet and say, if like Matt was saying, have like $100 a month, and so every third Monday of the month, whenever you get paid, whenever it's going to be there, you put yourself in there a little bit of calendar, and you set yourself an alarm, and that alarm comes on maybe the day before and says, okay, don't forget to invest $100 in this particular coin, or $100 into Bitcoin, or whatever it may be. And then simply, especially in the meme market on Solana, if you're using our Anvil bot, you can actually go and take that $100 and then also do a DCA in at that point, a micro DCA. So you have the macro of, I'm going to go, and whatever the price is, I'm going to put that $100 into the Anvil bot, and I'm going to push it on this particular coin. Now, our Anvil bot 2.0 now has the availability to use multiple coins. So you can actually trade multiple coins and have multiple accounts in there under the same account, which is amazing. You can also have multiple wallets in there per each account as well. So each wallet can have multiple accounts that you could do. So you can go very wild in this. You can do a couple hundred, you could do a couple thousand, and you could do it along a bigger portfolio. So for some of you bigger traders out there, find ways to use our Anvil bot 2.0 over there, because it is very powerful. It's very lucrative. It's only 0.5%. So it's not very much at all, because we're not trying to make millions from it. We're just trying to give it to use for everybody to use. But this mentality is take that amount, remove the emotion from it, because that's what's going to save you long term. And what's going to happen if you have a good, stable environment with these coins, or maybe you're part of a crew, maybe your community's watching, and you want to use it, it's free for them too. They don't have to put any money up front. It just comes out from the fees of it. It's like an easy swap system, but it has so much utility for it. So make sure your community's over there using it for your coin as well. 2.0. Let me know if you're a coin that's been here on the site, on the system. Please also let me know. I'll reduce fees down for your community as well as they come over and say that you're part of the community from there. I want you to be able to use the system. So you would simply put it in. You would choose a ratio of, say, 7-1 or 7-20 or whatever, or 20-1, whatever it is, and put it in increments, because as price goes up, it's going to buy in. But if price is going down, as you're buying in, you're getting for better prices anyway. So finding those micro solutions in there for DCAing is very important. And that's where the automate comes from. Does anybody else have anything they want to add into the DCA conversation today?
Yeah, for sure.
Please, who was that?
You can go ahead. You can go ahead. I can wait for him.
Sorry, no, I was just going to chime in that I'm amazing at DCAing on the way up. DCAing on the way down is the difficult part. But yeah,
I know, right?
That's where automation comes in handy, and
Right,
taking the emotion away. It's an emotional market, and
it does.
When you go into projects you believe in, to automate that system it's definitely the way forward. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. No, I understand that. And because that is a valuable point. Is like we heard what Matt said earlier, is the guy who goes in and yeets out the entire thing because it best serves them to a degree, right? Because DCAing down or out is not always that the coin's going down. Like maybe you're done with, okay, I vested too much, I'm over invested, I'm over leveraged. I want to DCA out a sum, but I don't want to hurt the chart because I'm still in love with the community. I still want the community to be successful, but I'm over leveraged and I need to get money out.
You want some dry powder to buy the people exiting the project. If you believe in the long-term longevity of it, it's value for money.
You definitely could be doing that at that level. And where our AnvilBot system comes in is you can have it to where it's buying in, you got DCA in, and you have it like slowly going back and forth, creating a channel. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with that. But the big thing for DCAing out is that you want to create, and because you don't want it to hurt the chart, but you also want to grab it in case it's also going up, because you never know who's going to come in and buy more, because they're buying up some of you have, and they're not always going to buy exactly what you're selling. If they are, they're fucking professionals. But
Sure.
at that point, it's sometimes, and I've seen this happen, you know, with like we just seen with Tequila Coin and a few others. When I DCA'd in, I got to level 6 of it, so I got to 6 trades, and somebody sold a bunch, and I was able to buy the 7th and 8th one because I had it to an 8-to-1. And I got it even for a better price. So the overall average dropped down, which was amazing for me because I was able to do that. And I got for better price compared to where if I would have bought one level, yes, I would have got a good price. But overall, my average came down. And then when I decided to DCA out a little bit of my other coins, I do the same thing because it takes it away from trying to guess what's the best price and when. It's all about time. So I appreciate what you say.
Exactly. Thank you.
And Jess, you had something.
Yeah.
Checking.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think there's two really, really important points. One is, and you guys would probably have heard these terms before, especially you, Max. The first one is going to be, the 5 P's of sales. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Why that's so important is, doing your diligence. Actually listening to what the devs are saying, or what the CTO leads are saying, and what they're coming out with, because you're going to be able to see the psychology of the chart based on those things that are happening. So that'll give you a better position. And then combining it with something that I think you're going to know extremely well. A lot of people that do programming know what this is. It's ITTT, which is if this, then that. If this happens, then do this. If that happens, then do that. Right. And I think that that's a great way to DCA. For example, to use it in real time is if the price goes up past this level, well, then it would be a good time to DCA because I feel like it's breaking that resistance. Or if this price breaks that support level below it, then I know where to look for to, DCA in. And that way, you're getting your best bang for the buck.
That is very strong trading advice as well. Everything that I do in trading is non-predictive, right? I don't go, hey, look, I can see, this is going to move tomorrow. I can't wait for it to move. I just say, if it does it, then this is what I do. And it's just having an action plan. You have price action, and the action of price is have a plan, right? For whatever, they call it price action because once it hits a level, you act. That's it. There's no secret sauce to this. We all know that what even just what's showing on the chart is simple, right? If it gets to here, I will buy because it hasn't been down below there since it started. If this was a great chart to be on the wooden side, but it could be any chart. It could be anything. All price action charting, especially, and this is the sad part. When I was working for TradingView and I was making indicators, I was trying to find, I got tasked with the thing, find the most predictive indicator known to man, and it just wasn't there. We had an AI that we had made before AIs were big on AIs, and we asked it a question: tell me the best time to trade to make the most money. And it kept on coming back with 0, 0, 0, 0, 4 zeros. And I thought, wait, is that midnight? Is that midnight? And it was like, no. And after we got some more predictive studies and we got some more languages and LLMs in there, it was like, no, not trading. The best time to make the most money is to not trade. And I went, okay, there's no predictive status whatsoever in this world. It's only reactionary. And that's what it has to be. And DCAing takes out the mentality of trying to guess. It just does it, and you deal with the result. So I appreciate you, Jesse, coming out, telling about the if then this mentality, because that's everything that I do in trading.
I figured you'd like that one.
Yeah, I do. I do love it. It is my mantra, and to give back to the industry of people that are here, because Trader Max and the mentality of trading Forex and doing all that stuff, I've made a lot of money. I've also lost a lot of money, especially when I got my own emotions put into it. It's very difficult to do. So the more things that we can, don't cry, automate it's the better. Anybody else? Perfect.
I was just going to add one more
more
thing when we were talking
Yeah.
about the DCAN, which is, I thought you hit the nail on the head where, sometimes when you're looking at coming in, yeah, it might be the best price, but we've probably all seen that chart, right? Where let's say somebody apes in and they're not, maybe they're unfamiliar with a project. Well, what tends to happen sometimes is if they are not looking at certain market caps and where a resistance line was, and let's say there's a strong resistance at, I don't know, 80K, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're looking at a chart and it's right around 155K. And they're like, oh man, I'm coming in. I believe in this project. And they ape in and there's this big green candle. Well, they just went over the 2X of everybody that was sitting there at 80K. And now everybody's dumping off of that buy, right? Where if they would have just maybe made a buy, and then, watch a chart, and then all of a sudden it started dropping, they would have ended up getting a little bit better price. So that you can kind of protect yourself sometimes by that, DCA into a project.
I want to speak to that because that's a great value that you're bringing to and referred to as deviational control of trend. And this process is very difficult to examine without having an example. And I want to drive back to this mentality of this chart. We can even and this is Wooden's chart, right? This is not the best charts in the world to be able to do this, but I want to show you in a micro way. I'm going to get rid of some of these lines up here just real quick. And I want to show you something. Maybe not that last one. Nope, there we go. These are trend lines, right? So if I go like this and I grab that, you see this deviation that's right here. Just even this one right here, this buy, and they're trying to reestablish chart, whatever they're trying to do, doesn't really matter. Because if we take that out of the mentality and I just go like this is where the actual trend baseline is, right? Let's just talk about that baseline trend. Now, if he DCA in, I personally believe that the chart would look more like this. And the reason being is because you're exactly right. People saw this, they saw this, it went all the way up. They're like, no, we're going to start. We got to pull profits. I pull more profits. Oh, and then fear starts, right? Like I could probably almost read this right out of the base. I don't even know if this is true or not, but in this is speculation, but where I feel that the majority of the base is like, if this didn't happen, if I were to take this little section right there, this one right here, and move that up. If I took a little clip of this and just moved it up, this is where that trend would be. If you didn't have this, I think this whole thing would still be sitting up right around at that point about 33,000, right? And again, this is a very simplistic value of that, but deviations are tough because they force the market to react quickly and then knee jerk. And that's what normally happens. And we can go to all kinds of charts. We can look at Congress's chart and find little mini deviations in the network. There's Booga, right? In this process, I don't see, there's one here, right? But again, we don't know what this had corresponded to be. I mean, this could have been dissension, this could have been whatever. But if this would have been DCA in, this whole chart, I feel, would have been more up to this point, right? Not saying that would have happened, but it could have been, when you get these big giant movements. And I see that this is a lot of movement in the chart. So when I see things like this, this is what I'd gravitate to see as far as what DCAs really do for a chart and the value. So I hope you understand. I hope I didn't make that too confusing. Guys still there?
I thought that was awesome. And I think that's providing a lot of value to everybody listening in. And, I know there's even community members within our project that, our project's one of the first that they've made an investment in, and they're new to the space. And, you even heard a lot of comments that, hey, I'm just learning a lot by being part of this journey. So the more that we can educate people, regardless of what project they choose to go with, I think we have a responsibility just to help people in general, right? And that's what this is all about.
Yeah, education is a key factor, especially when it comes to DCAing. And does it look great? Like everybody does something, like, oh, I got a big investor, a big whale to come in. Well, yeah, but it also they can hurt the chart, because if they don't have a way to get in, they're not going to know a way to get out. And if you get people in the realization that using the tools that we build, let me give you an example here real quickly. We had one coin with us, a tequila coin, and the dev of it says, hey, look, I just got back 4 SOL. I want to go put it in a chart. I said, go use the Tsunami or use the Anvil bot and slowly put it in. And it's kept the baseline just going continuously on because it follows a natural path. And then she told to another community member, and that community member went and they did something. And anytime you get anybody in your community, I don't care what coin you are, or you're just getting into a coin, DCA in, because it serves you as well. You may spend a little bit more for the same amount of coin, right? But that's okay, because you're not going to interfere the chart value to where it's going to hurt you, because this would hurt. This would hurt, right? If this could have happened, and there's nothing against Boogler or anything else with the community or anything else, but what would this look like if it was a slower DCA process to come in, create support and value to the chart? We don't know where you would be, right? But we know where it was when it wasn't. I have seen a value of a few times what DCAs work at that point. And I'm going to be capturing a lot of data with that as we go, because I was able to get stuff from the chart over on the other network, which I will share in an expose that we put out there. But thank you, everybody, for contributing to the dollar cost average and Don't Cry Automate. If you're very interested in the process of DCAing in and using a very simplistic system, a very cost-effective system, it's real simple. I want you to go over to our website, which is shoguncrypto.com, and you're going to run down to services. You're going to go to AnvilBot. You're going to watch the videos. Okay. Now, if you're in for DCAing, I don't have a video up here for DCAing just yet, but it's a simple process to go in. You choose a thing. If you have any problems whatsoever, please hit the Anvil support system, and I'll be in there. There'll be a few others that'll be in there. If you have any questions, you can hit me up anytime. We'll walk you through. We'll get on a VC. We'll do whatever you want to do to get you walking through that process. But keep attention to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you go over and follow over on YouTube. All of our systems are over there, because there'll be stuff that's coming out, and we'll release it out our network on Twitter as well. But yeah, get over there and get the system. Very inexpensive, 0.5% for doing that, and saves you a lot of money and time. All right. I think that's about our chill portion. I really do appreciate all of you being here today. Now, because it is running pretty fast today, and we're sort of under the weather a little bit on numbers, 872 people watching the show. We did climb almost to 890, and it kind of came back down to 872 right now. I wish I was able to share my screen. For some reason, I have a bug happening because I think I was rendering too much stuff earlier. But I will make sure that I take screen captures from the video and put it out there as well. 873 now, sitting there. We're doing pretty good. Zuki at 51, Build a Stone 26, Mr. Trader Max with 14, and Cryptos at 782. We did have one over on Trader Max's YouTube channel, but they just left. So now we're sitting back down to 0 again. But you know, that's the way YouTube is. It's a little crazy over there. All right.
Well,
so now we're
by the way, you know, what a difference 1 week makes, right? So last week, I think on my X, I had 7, maybe 10 people tops tuning in, and now now closer to 50, I think.
Yeah,
so
51.
So we're going to keep pushing. The community's growing, the word's getting out. But yeah, this is a great venue to continue to kind of build relationships. So yeah, if anybody on here is just a shiller, I'd encourage you to, you know, come back and be a panelist as well.
Yeah, I'd love to have you. There's a lot of work to do, but it's fun, and there is some great value to the whole process. All right, so let's jump right into any alpha that we have coming out. We have Matt and Jesse here, of course, for alpha. Matt, what do you got coming out here?
Man, well, thanks for asking. And so so the first thing I got to go with what, you know, was just get me excited hearing other people talk, right? And the whole point of this, and you were talking about at the beginning, is about collaboration and things like that. And one of the things that I've seen some projects do very successfully, and it is look to collaborate with other communities and other projects, right? Maybe you're around a similar market cap, something like that, where, you know, two devs kind of come together and say, hey, let's come together, let's bring our communities get together, and, you know, maybe we can do some combined Reddit posts and you know, things of that nature. So in listening to some of the folks talk, if you are open-minded to doing that, man, by all means reach out, because I do know that strategy does work. It's very effective, and it's a good way to get communities together, because it's, if we just think that we're going to be this complete alpha and dominate the meme coin space, and every single person out there that's investing is going to come to us and own no other bag, we're fooling ourselves, right? Bag holders have 4, 5, 6 bags out there. So why not help your communities and guide them to projects that are safe, that aren't going to rug, that they can invest, they can belong to multiple communities and help them grow. So that's one. The second, and this is something that we're looking at, and you heard about it, you got a little sneak preview about it last week. Peter talked about it, right? Is looking to combine our liquidity pools and bond projects together. So this is a conversation that we're going to be having tonight with several other devs out there. And this is cutting edge. It does exist on other blockchains out there. It does not currently exist in our world, in Solana, in the meme coin space. And this process is one in which we are going to be able to partner with other projects out there, whereas one chart is pumping, it's going to, in essence, help 2 other charts pump as well. So the rising tide will lift all boats. So this is something that's very new. It's, I think, going to forever change the game in the world that we all live in. And there will be more and more projects kind of coming together. It might start really small. It might be 2 projects doing it. It might be 3 or 4. But in a very short period of time, that might grow to 5 or 6 projects saying, oh my gosh, this is the new way forward. This is the new path forward, where your project will stay will stay an independent project where people can come in and just buy and invest. But in doing so, other projects will benefit from that as well. And then vice versa, as other projects are, gaining momentum, After could gain momentum with their project gaining momentum as well. So that's where we can guide our community to go, invest in another project, because they're only going to increase the value of their bag of After, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to another project. So that is something that is going to be happening with, really maybe here in the next 48 hours. So it could be some pretty exciting stuff happening.
I look forward to hearing more about it.
Awesome, man.
Mr. Congress.
Man, I got alpha.
Yeah,
I always got alpha, bro. My middle name's Alpha. They call me Jesse Alpha Catania.
Oh no.
I'm the jack of all trades, baby. No, I'm just joking. I'll quit. All right. So
He just left too. See you later. Bye-bye.
no, I realize when I pace when I walk or when I talk, so I don't want you guys to see all the background and shit. But yeah, no, some of the alpha, I'm going to keep hitting on is going to be this game that's dropping in 9 days. I'm really excited about it. My alpha to everyone is to front run. Go and grab yourself a bag of Congress. And, if you don't like the game, fucking sell it, right? Who cares? What's the worst you got to lose? So what the game is it's going to be based around Congress. So all of our main characters, the characters are going to be fighting for their bags, right? Just like we do in real life in crypto. And guess who's going to be attacking the bags? The Jeets. The Jeets are going to come and attack the bags, and they're going to try to take all your gold. And we're going to have leaderboards so you can win money with it. And to touch back on what Matt was saying, and also what you were saying, Max, was, community is so important. So we actually combined with one community. You guys are probably familiar with them, with Peanut, and they're going to be one of the main characters of our game. So I don't want to call it renting out a skin or renting out a character, but essentially other devs. So you guys listening here, if you find this appealing, you can hit me up, and we can see about getting your character made and put onto a game, so then your community can actually benefit from purchasing skins or purchasing upgrades, and then you guys actually will get that all the way back to you. Just another way for everybody to combine, communicate, have fun, and at the end of the day, crypto shouldn't be stressful, even though it has been probably for the past month for some new people. Some veterans probably are like, oh, this ain't shit. We've been through this thing. So yeah, the biggest alpha that I can give is this game is coming out to show our conviction, and all the top holders are essentially locking up all their coins. I took your advice, and we did a vote on either burning or locking, and after watching your show and you telling us how you did not like burning, I think it changed a couple of my other devs' minds, and they're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's just lock them because then we can use the coins in the future, or relock it, and you get the same the same euphoria, right?
I
So
made a difference in your coin's life.
you made
Oh,
a difference in my coin's life.
I love it. Egotistical, head bigger now. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I got Quentin. I got his head bigger last show, so I figured I'd return the favor, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. His head's big. I swear to God. Well, thank you so much. Now, the alpha is really designed for our panelists, which I really do appreciate everybody sticking out here for us as well. I want to give you an opportunity, like each one of you had a chance to come out and talk in the process, but I'm really going to keep it down to the panelists today because we are going to backing up to the show here. We have 900 people that are watching the show right now, and I want to give a little alpha here about our network. Now, I'm notorious. I'm a notorious builder. I am, I don't know, maybe addicted to building. I don't know. My crew is never going to let me forget how much I keep building and let us catch up and all that kind of stuff. But we have built the alpha for the Anvil bot. We have put a lot of stuff out for version 2.0. I only talk about things that are releasing in the next 2 weeks, as we know. But I am going to break one little tiny rule because we just got approval for the contracts to be put together. We have investors on board. We have people on board. We have the dev team settling in. We got all this great stuff, but I'm still not going to give it away. I still can't give it away completely. But I will say that it rhymes with NFT Marketplace. No, but I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm so sorry. No, we are building our own. We're building our own network, but in a very unique way. One that has never been done before. Why? Because one, I don't like doing things that everybody else does the same exact way. As you know, we built a volume bot that gives you your own keys and you choose your own time. Nobody does that. Nobody makes it for as little as we do, but gives you as much value. We made a SaaS network that you can make videos and do all that stuff with that would cost you thousands of dollars, and we give it away free. So come on. We don't do things like everybody else does. We do things that benefit the community and benefit the networks. And the NFT marketplace will not be anything different. It will be massively different than anything else that's out there. And you will really want to check that out. But I wanted to give you some real alpha today as well. And we're going to be talking about the Shogun Launchpad system. Now, it's not really alpha. This has been out here for a while, but now we are starting to bring on coins that will be launching under the projects tab. You'll see right on here, either under featured, or there'll be a tab up here that'll say projects available, which will be very, very powerful for a lot of people to get on board, because this launchpad system is not just some launchpad of coins that are coming, but they're coins that have been launched in a fair sale process through Pump Fund. I know you're probably saying, hey, Pump Fund doesn't have a fair sale process. Well, it does now. That's what this system is. So this system is all about being able to go and buy in at the bottom along with the dev. The dev can buy as much as he wants, but he can also put in how much he'll let you buy at that one time, just like Pink Sale or another system out there. And it protects you on the bottom. The dev can't rug out and leave you hanging, right? The dev can pull his money out, but it doesn't affect your price because you're all buying the bottom. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. And once it goes over, once it launches and gets funded and goes over to Pump Fund, the dev or any of you can't rug out. That's right. And you don't get any coins until it bonds. And if you decide to pull out, you are going to pay a little bit more of a percentage, but you're there for the process of it. Now, within 24 hours, you can pull out of the entire project at any time for only a 1% fee of coming out. Like it's 1% in, 1% out. Super, super simple, right? As soon as it bonds, you collect your coins. That we got all that process test. We got all that stuff worked out, and all that is great. But in this coming week, you want to check out launchpad.shogunx.io, because that's where all these coins will be at. There'll be 3 or 4 that'll be in there that you can take part in. We also have our own Tipsy Token network be getting into things over the next couple of weeks there, within the next 2 weeks, which is strong. And you'll be a part of an alpha group too that we're going to be putting out here within the next week and this next 3 days, because when these coins come out for certain people that can follow a certain rule, you'll be able to be a part of that alpha to know about them before they even go to the public website, which is very powerful as well. It gives you an opportunity to take part in these coins. If you're tired of being PvP'd to death in this industry, that's where you're going to want to end up, over on shogunx.io, launchpad.shogunx.io. Again, If you have any questions, please reach out to us. At this time, we're gonna come bring everybody out and say goodbye. At this point, the people that are still here, I think Matt's still here. Game of Memes is still here. We appreciate you. Matt, you have anything you want to say to your community?
No, well, I just thank you. Number one, as we pointed out earlier, 1 week ago, 9-10 people in. Now I think I'm up over 60
Nice.
people listening in. So that's just incredible. So thank you so much for all the hard work. Thank you for all the raids. And as everybody in here knows, we can't be around 24/7 on our projects. So when the community's in there talking it up in TG, like when I wake up and I see everybody talking to one another, it's like the best thing in the world, just knowing like, wow, we got something special really brewing here. So big thanks to everybody.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming back and being a panelist and being a part of the show and providing your input. We always really appreciate people that are honorable and upfront and real. And Matt, you fill all of those criteria. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks again for having me, brother.
Game of Memes, still hanging out with us. I do appreciate it. I know some of the others had to go, but we appreciate you being here. Is there anything you want to say to your community or come out and say?
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure to be here. Like you guys host the streams so good. Actually, I joined last week on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I had a look and I said, like, I wanted to be there. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, glad to be here. Glad to talk about Game of Memes and also learn about other projects. That was amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here. I love the game format that you built out. I know Jesse's from Congress going to reach out to you. This is all about building that communication and network. And please feel free to get a hold of us and be a part of the panelists and come back and do it again here soon.
Yeah, why not? See you next time then.
All right. And of course, Mr. Congress.
Yeah, man. I always want to tell my community, I absolutely love you guys. I appreciate your dedication, but I feel like the community is everybody, right? So, for everybody joining any community, do it with conviction, do it with data, and don't do it with your emotions, right? Because that's when you're going to get wrecked. So, reach out to the devs, talk to them, ask them questions, reach out to me, ask me questions, be like, yo, Jesse, Congress, Titty Boy, whatever you want to call me, be like, yo, what do you think about this project over here? And I'll give you my honest opinion. I mean, listen, I like Avatar. I own some Avatar. You know what I mean? I own some Just a Lotto. I own some Tired Dad. I own some Peanut, and it's because all of those people also own some Congress, right? So we're all here to help each other out. And I really think that people should take a look at what Matt and Peter are essentially putting together with what he was saying with the liquidity pools. I think that that's an awesome thing, and I'm definitely going to check that out as well.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what that's all going to come out be, because we could definitely use it for us as well. But I appreciate you all. Mr. Quinton, what do you got to chuck out there?
It's a nice little Saturday. Is nice and calm, a little bit more normal. But honestly, we still had some really nice projects up. I really enjoyed having everyone on. I'm so thankful for all the community coming in here, showing their love. Ooga Booga really took over the chats today. It was sort of crazy to see how much interaction they got in, but still got a lot of stuff from everyone else. And we even got a little peek of Lotto. I think Ghost was in the chat a little bit here and there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. We're going to go get some stuff done and get back and try to get back for that Lotto release, because it's Lotto tonight over there. So we're in it tonight. We got Lotto balls, you and I.
Oh yeah, dude, that means we have to be there.
We gotta be there. We gotta try to be there. All right. Well, I wanted to say thanks to everybody, of course, to Jess and of course to Matt for being a panelist today, and to everybody else that was supposed to stick around, but everybody split. 960 people watching the show. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show. Keep in mind out there, like we talked about the chill, find any way you can find to remove emotion from actual trading is best. But you do need to have some sort of relationship building and emotional status, right? You can't be a robot when you go into building community. But anything that you need, please reach out to us over at shoguncrypto.com. You see a lot of great stuff in there. We want to give you opportunity to be able to use the systems. If you got a great idea for a meme coin that you want to come out with and you have little to hardly any money to start with, we have a great system over there on launchpad.shogunx. But remember, if you're starting at that level, you got to have some money too build in, so you can invite others to come in safely and honestly with the launchpad system. And lastly, in our world, we talk about this every show. The best revenge is living well. And some of you are in this to make money to the higher ends. Get out there and know that you just got to do your best. Live well, have fun. Make sure you go out and touch some grass today. Raise your hands to the sky and be thankful for where you're at and that you're here in this industry now. I appreciate you all. We'll see you next time. And as always,
Hey, Trader Max, one
Yeah.
last thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of some of the stuff you're saying, I wanted to say it earlier and I forgot, but about helping people. I just started my very first players and posers on Spaces. I'm going to do it every Friday night. So I welcome people to come in and talk about the different scams that are out there so that when developers look to launch a new coin, they know what pitfalls to avoid. Number one, someone mentioned it earlier, not clicking on the airdrops, things like that. And then for all the devs out there that are looking for an influencer or maybe a raider to help them, etc., knowing who the real people are versus the posers. So that's really what that's going to be all about, is to really help all the developers out there and all the communities out there to avoid pitfalls and know who to partner with to help them take their projects forward.
All right. I see you like to get the last word in, don't you?
I didn't mean to, dude. I didn't mean to. I was like, oh, man, I totally forgot.
All right. It's all good. Breaking news. There it is. That's it.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to tell you, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, ooga, booga. All right. All right. To everybody, thank you so much for being here today. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.